Ragsdale, broker, CEO of Platinum Real Estate. In the video you are getting ready to watch, I am training my real estate agents on a very powerful coaching call. And one of my agents wanted to know more about backup offers. What is a backup offer? Should you use a backup offer? In a tight seller's market like we're in now, with a lot of buyers, very few inventory, very few homes, now is the time to use strategies like backup offers. Watch the video, join me right now and learn more about backup offers. Thank you. May God bless you. All right, you guys, well, let's jump in here and talk about what we're going to talk about today. First of all, you guys, if you guys haven't noticed, and as a licensed real estate agent, I'm sure you have noticed that indeed we are in a huge seller's market. So let's discuss quickly what a seller's market is. Basically, there's more buyers out there than properties that's on the market. So right now we have a lot of buyers, very few properties. Now, if you guys haven't heard in the news, at some point, interest rates might rise. And many times the Fed say, you know what, let's slow down some of these buyers. Let's get more listings. Let's kind of even up this market. So let's increase interest rates. And that will take some of the buyers out of the market. And that will then even up the market, which is a good thing for us. So at some point, interest rates will go up. Listen, I have been in this business almost 30 years, and interest rates are just tremendously, incredibly low. Some people even say they have been too low for too long. If you remember back in 2008 when the market crashed, interest rates just bottomed. And I mean, I have seen interest rates low as 2.5%, 3%. We all know typically interest rates, they're just not that low. So at some point, the market is going to have to correct itself. And at some point, interest rates are going to have to go back up to a normal level. 2%, 3%, 4% interest rates, that's not normal. Now, I know some of you might say, Luther, I've only had license for a couple of years. I've only had license for 4 or 5 years. It seems normal to me because ever since I have been in the business, interest rates have been 2% and 3%. That seems normal. No, that's low. That's actually too low, and it cannot stay like that forever. I have seen interest rates double digits, 14, 15% interest rates, and I've seen interest rates down 2, 3%. The reality is 14, 15% interest rates is way too high. 2 and 3% interest rates is way too low. Okay? And over time, the market corrects itself. So what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about this seller's market, and I want to talk about a couple of things dealing with this seller's market. So right now, we have all these buyers and very few listings. So when you list a house, sometimes that listing, I heard of a listing having like 75 offers on one listing. Sometimes there's 20, 30, 40 offers, 5, 10, 8 offers on one listing. So my first question, and I want to open up the chat because I want some feedback here. By a show of hands, and I want you to give me some feedback. Do you submit backup offers on listings? Because it's almost seeming nowadays, it's almost normal. It's almost, that's the only way you're going to ever get it is to put in a backup offer, right? Now let's explain the backup offer. Somebody unmute yourself and tell me what's a backup offer. What's a backup offer? Unmute yourself, raise your hand, put a little hand up. What's a backup offer? Let's start with that. What exactly is a backup offer? Any ideas? Ideas? Anyone? You can unmute yourself. Don't be scared. What exactly is a backup offer? Let's start right here. Zainab, talk to me. What exactly Let me see here. Yes, Zainab, what's a backup offer? Explain me, or what is this backup offer? I think you're unmuted. Go ahead. Uh-oh. Make sure I can hear you. Uh-oh, let me see here. See? You're unmuted. Zainab, go. Oh, let me see here. I cannot hear her. Let me see. Joanna, can you hear? No. Okay, nobody can hear Zainab. Okay, I thought it was me. No, it's not me. Let's try this. Let's try. Who else had their hand up? Oh, don't put your hand down. Nicole, unmute yourself. Talk to me.
Can you hear me?
All right, good. I thought it was my system. Nicole, you bailed me out. We're going to put that one right now because it wasn't me. Okay, so Nicole, explain to me, what is this thing called the backup offer and what's the benefit?
A backup offer is when the seller has already pretty much said that they were going to accept another offer, and you put in your offer as a backup offer. It's an additional form, and you also have to be prepared, in my experience, to have your earnest money and all that good stuff ready should they call for your offer. And this actually did happen to me last December. It was about a week after they had gone under contract with the cash buyer, and they couldn't provide financing proof of funds. So they called us, and our offer went into immediate effect. We provided the earnest money and all that good stuff. So it does happen, not a lot, but your backup offer can get accepted.
Okay, so let me ask this. Okay, so let me ask this. Okay, so let me see if I understand this correctly. So, Nicole, there was a property. Mm-hmm. They already have an offer on this property, correct? Mm-hmm. You said, I'm going to put a backup offer on this property. Mm-hmm. No question, because you mentioned something, and I want to make sure that everybody understands the strategy that you used. Did you put the earnest money on the deal at the beginning? So I'm the seller. You're representing the buyer. I say, Nicole, hey, you can go ahead and put a backup offer. Did you put earnest money up at that time?
We didn't. We just said that if our offer was accepted, we would provide it immediately.
And I think that's important for everybody to understand. So, Nicole, you said, hey, listen, I'm not going to put up the earnest money, but you wrote a contract, I would assume, mm-hmm. with all the terms, mm-hmm. closing date, mm-hmm. all that stuff. And in your offer, you said, hey, I'm not putting up the earnest money now, but if my offer is accepted, I will then put up the earnest money. So then some time went by, maybe weeks, months, whatever. A month. Okay, good. A month went by. The buyer could not work this thing out because the original buyer could not provide proof of funds. So they called you and they said, Nicole, you're second in line, right? Our original buyer couldn't do it. Will you do it?
Correct.
And at that time you said, okay, you put up the, earnest money. I would assume you were now under contract.
Correct.
I would assume you now have a closing date.
Yes, we did have to amend just so that we would have a 30-day close.
You're exactly right.
Everybody signed off. Mm-hmm.
But you're moving forward.
Yes.
Okay. So that worked out for you.
Yes.
So let me ask this. So do you suggest backup offers?
I do. I do suggest backup offers.
Okay, wonderful. Excellent. Let's hear from, so those were some positives with the backup offer. And that sounds like that worked out very, very good for Nicole in this current market. Now, let me ask you this. That's a good definition. Somebody tell me somebody show your hands. Somebody raise your hand. Any other feedback on backup offers? Does everybody do backup offers? There goes Zainab. Zainab, you are unmuted. Can we hear you?
I finally figured out what.
There you go. Okay, Zainab.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. What's your experience? What's your thoughts about backup offers?
Mine was the same. I was able to submit a backup offer when my client saw a property that they were interested in, but the seller had already accepted, had a contract pending. And we submitted the backup offer, and within 2 or 3 days, we got a call saying that the seller now wanted to accept the offer. And of course, my buyer knew that they had to be ready to move. In the back of my mind, though, the question that I was wondering is, okay, because while we're waiting for this backup offer, the client is still looking, and we're still looking at other properties. Would it have been that before we put an offer in that could be accepted because there was no other offer pending, that we would actually have to go to that other transaction and withdraw the backup offer?
That's a good question. And I want to get some feedback from everybody, because here's a question. Per Georgia law, or even forget Georgia law, can we submit multiple offers? So if I submit an offer on this house, okay, contractually, am I committed to that house? Can I continue to show houses? Can I have multiple backup offers? Can I have multiple backup offers? When you put that offer in on that backup offer on that one property, one, can you keep showing property? That's number one. Number two, if you continue to show property, can you put an offer on another property? Can you have multiple backup offers? If you have a property, an offer that's accepted, what happens to the other backup offer? Boy, I'll ask a lot of questions, and we're going to jump into this thing one thing at a time. Question number one. I want somebody to raise their hand with some ideas, with some feedback. Zainab have a great question, and let's ask the first question. If I have a backup offer on a property, okay, so the property's under contract with somebody else. I have a backup offer. Two-part questions. Number one, can I keep showing properties? And number two, if I find another property, am I contractually obligated to this other property? Okay. Tanya, talk to me. But what do you think? Tanya.
Good morning.
Good morning.
No. Good morning. No, you're not. You can still put in another offer for another house, and you can still show houses, because you're not, even though you have a backup offer in place, your offer has not yet been accepted. So until it's actually accepted and y'all have a signed purchase to buy, you still can show your property, your client other properties. That's what I think. That's my response. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking.
Yes, go ahead.
I'm thinking. Okay, if you have a backup offer in place, it has not been accepted yet. It's just a backup offer, so you still can show other properties. This is what I did. You can still show other properties, and you can put in another offer on another property until your offer is actually accepted, I think.
Okay, so I can have multiple backup offers. Is that what you're saying, Tanya? No, I'm with you. So, okay, thank you, Tanya. Good feedback. So Tanya's like, look, is if they haven't signed that offer, right? I can put in multiple backup offers. Okay, somebody raise your hand. Who agrees or disagrees with Tanya? Yes, Tanya?
I'm sorry. I'm not sure if I'm meaning backup offers, but I still can show my client other properties. And if there's something that I see, I can put in an offer for that other property, not necessarily a backup offer. But if I have a backup offer in place and we find another property that she's interested in, there's no offers, and I want to submit an offer, I can submit an offer on that property and then rescind my backup offer if my offer is accepted. I think that's my response.
Right. You see, Tanya, you should be an attorney. Tanya said, I think. See how she threw that little caveat in there? She's like, but I think. She was like, don't hold me to this. This is what I think. Okay. So talk to me. Talk to me. How many backup offers can I put in? Or if I have a backup offer on property A and I submit an offer on property B, right? I got kind of backup offer over here and a backup offer there. How many backup offers can I have? Let me ask that. How many backup offers can I have? Because in this market, if I have a backup offer over here and I'm still showing properties, I'm still showing properties because obviously my goal is to find a house for you. So what if they find another house and that house have multiple offers? Can I put a backup offer on that house? Now I got 2 backup offers. How many backup offers can I have? Hands, raise your hands. Somebody help me. I got questions. I'm your client. Help me, y'all. What's the deal? So, let me see. Let me unmute somebody who can help me here. Judith says, look, they don't pick on me. What do you think here? Help me, Judith. You have an idea, Judith? Merle. Come on, Merle. I know you have an idea. How many backup offers can I have? Because what I'm hearing is I have a backup offer over here. I'm showing properties. What if I find another property that they like? Okay.
Hey, hi, Luther.
Yes, Merle, help me. Talk to me.
Well, this is what I think. To me, you don't have a ratified contract until your offer is accepted and signed and so forth by the seller, if you're on the buyer's side. So you don't have ratified contracts. You just have offers out. To me, as long as you're keeping track of it, the only thing I'm not sure about is, okay, let's say you go and look at another house and now you make an offer on that house, regardless of whether it's backup or just an offer, and there might be multiples, but you're putting in an offer. So now you have 2 offers, the backup, which, that's more iffy, right? Because if it's a backup offer, that implies that they've got other offers, or maybe they're in the process that they've already ratified one offer and they're just going through the process, and maybe they're thinking it might fall through or something. So now there's a backup sitting there, but that's kind of less of a real thing. And for your buyer, I would be stressing that to them, that's a backup is usually put that in when the people have already accepted something, but it's not a done deal yet. So the backup is iffy, and I would caution my buyer that that's not really very solid. So let's keep looking at houses. And then if you find a house and you put your offer in, it's not backup, it's an offer that's going in, it might be multiple offers, but it's going in as an offer, then I would be pursuing that if that's what the buyer wanted. As soon as you have ratified, I guess you can reach back out to the previous backup one and let the agent know. I don't know if there's a formal thing like you have to withdraw it, or just let the agent know, hey, we found another house, disregard the backup offer. That's what I think.
Okay, good comments. You were saying, so I could, reach out and say, hey, disregard it. But, look, they got your signature. They have your signature on this contract. The seller says, look, I signed the contract. You reach back out saying, no, I want to withdraw this offer. And they're like, look, I got your signature on it. I've got my signature on it. We have a binding contract now. Okay, talk to me. You're on mute.
Yeah, well, right. Once if you have a backup and the seller sign says, hey, I'm accepting this backup because something happened to the whatever they were looking at before. I'm assuming as soon as they sign it, that agent has to reach out to you, right, and say, hey, or get it to you. So
do they?
I don't know. I mean, somebody. Oh, well, you have to follow up on it. You have to keep track of how many offers you're putting out there, right, on behalf of your buyer. Somebody's going to, you might be reaching out to that agent every day saying, hey, what's happening with the backup? What's happening with the backup? If that's the house your buyer really wants.
So I got 5, 6, 9 backups out there and I'm just contacting each one of them every day.
Well, I mean, you have to manage your efforts, you know what I mean? So I don't think I'd be putting out 9 offers on properties.
I got 2 of them out there. You say I follow up with each one of these agents every day? Okay, hold that thought. Hold that thought, Merle. Hold. Okay. Hold that thought. Hey, I'm with you. Okay, go. You're muted.
Good morning. I think,
hello. Talk to me about this backup offer.
I think you can have as many offers as you can possibly get, even though it's a legally binding contract. And that just says that you would be next in line if that deal falls through. So, I think you can have as many as you can to get the best possible outcome for the client.
Okay, so I have 3, 4 out there. That's what you're saying, right? I got 3, 4 offers out there. I feel you. I got 3, 4 of them. But you're saying when I submitted the offer, nothing was signed, so nobody's obligated and all that stuff, right? Merle said we are.
No, that was.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's a contract, right? We have to sign something.
I get you.
For that backup offer.
I get you. It's a tight market. I have 3 backup offers out there. Or I got 2 backup offers out there. So I put in the backup offer. Nothing's happening. I keep showing the property. I find one that I like. And boom, I put in a second backup offer. I got 2 backup offers. Everybody's saying that's cool. That's what we do. That's how you do it. Question. What if the same day both of my backups sign it and say, boom, I'm going with your backup offer. Both of them happen at the same day. Now, I don't have enough cash to buy them both. I don't have mortgage approval to buy them both. I got a problem, y'all. I got a problem. Because now I got 2 of them that was accepted. So we out there putting in all these backups. Backup. We got 2 of them. We got 3 of them. Or I have a backup over here. I have another backup over here. Lord forbid, on the exact same day, the exact same time, both of them sign and say, accepted. Let's rock and roll. Let's do it. Tanya, talk to me. You're unmuted.
I'm sorry. I was going to answer the question where they said that.
Go ahead. Go ahead and answer.
It's a cutoff. On the backup agreement, there's a cutoff that you will put in a date. So you don't have to follow up with the agent. The agent doesn't have. I mean, it'd be nice to go ahead on and give them a courtesy, but there's usually a cutoff. You can do it within a week. That date that offer will expire if you don't. If the offer is not accepted within a certain amount of days, that offer will automatically expire. That's on that backup agreement contract.
I understand.
There's a date that. Okay.
I understand. And if I do that 1 week or 2 weeks, we just heard from Nicole that it takes that she didn't get her call back for a month. I'm just throwing it out there. Nicole said, hey, it works for me because I put in the backup offer and I didn't hear nothing for a month. And after a month, sometimes 2 months, sometimes 6 weeks, I finally got that magical call saying, hey, they will do business with me. So if I put a week or two in there, I could possibly shoot myself in the foot if this, lasts a month or so. I want to unmute Shane. He put a comment in my chat here, and I want him to talk about this. Hopefully he is free to chat here. Shane, you said it's not illegal, but it is unethical. Talk to me. What do you mean by that?
That just means it's not illegal for us to put separate offers in, but when we do put multiples in, we're still signing. It's still a legal binding contract with our clients for that one particular house. So, and according to our ethics law, we're not supposed to be doing stuff that's unethical. So that was supposedly one of the things that's listed as unethical, is putting in multiple offers. And because you don't know what reason then people are, having to sell, and once they accept our offer, they pull it off the market. Therefore, we're still legally binded to that contract.
So you're saying it is unethical to do this?
To do multiples because, like when I put mine in, I put a backup offer in, but we didn't put an offer on anything else until they told us if we got that one or not. And then we put in another offer on a different property. So.
Okay. So Shane, you're saying, look, when we put an offer in on this property, you didn't do anything else, no other offers, no other nothing, until you received a yay or nay on that one.
Yes.
And you're saying it's unethical to go out there and put in these multiple offers.
In certain jurisdictions, it can be considered unethical.
Oh, you said certain jurisdictions. You sound like an attorney. What jurisdiction is that? Talk to me, Shane. He says certain jurisdictions. That sounds like some real deep legal. That sounds deep and legal, didn't it, guys? He says certain jurisdictions. Oh my goodness, what's the jurisdiction? Talk to me. He said certain jurisdictions. That's a big word, Shane. Yeah. I can't spell that.
Your real estate lawyers.
Huh?
We have to talk to our real estate lawyers about that.
Okay, yeah, let's contact real estate lawyers about that. We're gonna leave that with a low, Shane. Okay. Miss Fleming, she had a comment in the chat. Can you talk? Tell me what's your comment here in the chat. I think it was a good one here. It said, she said, I thought we are required to submit earnest money on the backup. Is it a requirement? Sound like some people are doing it, some people aren't. Talk to me. What was your thoughts here? She basically said she was under the impression that when we submit this backup offer, we are required to submit earnest money. Is it a requirement? Let me ask Ms. Zainab, because I know she have her bar degree in legal and all that stuff. Zainab?
No, there was no requirement to submit earnest money with a backup offer, because even if you were putting an offer in, your earnest money is not due until the contract is accepted by the seller.
There you go. See, I always have to ask the attorney, the agent who's the attorney and the real estate agent. Hey, listen, guys, look, great comments, great feedback, excellent training, and we're learning a lot. Here's the deal. Number one, yes, you can put in multiple offers. Okay, you can put in as many offers as you would like. Now, let me tell you some pros and cons. If you start to put in too many multiple offers, it loses the urgency for your buyers. So I'm not trying to teach or coach you guys, hey, just start putting the backup offer on every house that you see. Backup offer over here, backup offer here. I have 22 backup offers, right? I'm not teaching, nor am I encouraging just go and do backup offers. If your client really wants that house, if the client really serious about that house, I have no problem with a backup offer in today's market. Now, let me be very clear. In a buyer's market where there's multiple houses, I don't put in a lot of backups when there's plenty of inventory. Since we are in a seller's market with minimum amount of inventory, I do not have a problem with backup offers. But your backup offer need to be serious. You need to do highest and best. So do your best offer, do your highest offer, do the best thing that you have going. That's number one. Putting in multiple offers, I have no problem with multiple offers. I would not suggest just going out, putting out 5, 6, 7 offers. Okay. We need to manage our offers, obviously. Ultimately, before I show a property, I am making sure that that property is available. Now, somebody might see the property 30 minutes before I do and submit an offer 30 minutes before I do. I get it. I am not in the business of when I call the listing agent, there's already 25 offers and I'm going to go show the property and waste my time for offer number 26. So let me be clear with that too. If the property already have offers, I don't even go show it. I want to be clear with that because a lot of agents show property saying, oh, backup offer is the strategy. Backup offer is not the strategy. Okay. So number one, I'm showing properties that's available. I'm showing property that's meeting your needs and wants analysis. If you don't know what the needs and wants analysis is, I have videos on it. Please go and check them out. But number one, I am going to make sure that property is available before I show. If I show a available property, but while I'm showing it, while I'm en route to the property, it gets under contract. Or somebody showed the property right before me and it gets under contract. When I showed it, it was available. When I was en route to go see it, I thought it was available. But now that I've shown the property have multiple offers. Will I put in the backup? Yes, if that's the property that my client wants. Will I go show other property? Absolutely. I'm going to show other properties. One of my questions came up was, what if I receive 2 offers at the exact same time on the exact same property? So I submit an offer on property A. I submit an offer on property B. Both are signed and accepted at the same time, right? Please take this note. Here's what I want you to understand. The magic word that I want you to write down. Write down this word right now. It is called consideration. Write that down. It is called consideration. Okay. So in my contract, I can say this will expire in 1 day, 1 week, 4 weeks, whatever. I have written backup offers and there's no expiration date. But here's the reality. It's called consideration. Consideration is a fancy word for earnest money. So if my contract says that the buyer will submit earnest money within 24 hours or within 48 hours of a binding contract, without consideration, without earnest money, we don't have a deal. So they sign offer backup number 1, you sign backup number 2. It really don't matter. I don't have to contact them every day. I don't have to contact them every week, because when they sign that contract, they're going to contact me and they're going to say, please submit the earnest money. Please give the consideration. At that time, I have the ability to say, no, I do not want this home. And since there was no earnest money deposited, since there was no consideration, I am not legally bound to this contract because there's no earnest money. Real estate investors in a buyer's market, seller's market, it really don't matter. Real estate investors, they are notorious for putting in 2, 3, 4 offers on investment properties that they like. But what separates one deal from the next is the earnest money, is the consideration. That's what I did not hear, and that's the most important part. Can I put down multiple offers? Yes. Can I put in multiple backup offers? Absolutely. But I'm not putting earnest money on multiple properties unless I have the ability and the financial ability to close. So if I have $300,000 cash in my bank account and I am an investor or a home buyer, and I write one deal for 100,000, and I write another deal for 100,000, I can indeed put earnest money on both deals. Why? Because I have the financial ability to close both deals. If I do not have the financial ability to close 2 deals, I am not putting earnest money on both deals. I will put earnest money on one deal and cancel the rest. But earnest money, that's the key. And the key word for earnest money is consideration. Okay? Questions, anyone? Questions, anyone? Let me check out my chat. Sounds like we learned something today. It's not really about the offers, it's about the earnest money and the consideration. Okay? Questions? Well, hey, you guys, another great, fantastic training. Think we learned something today. In this market, yes, we need to put in multiple offers. That's the environment that we're living in right now. But by putting in multiple offers, it's fine. We can do that. We want to be careful because we want to manage our clients' expectation, and we just don't want to put in multiple offer after multiple offer after multiple offer. I'm not saying that either. Please manage your client's expectation. But putting in multiple offers is absolutely fine. One agent said, hey, I'm not putting in a second offer until the first one expires. You do not have to do that. You can put in an offer the next day, put in the second one. All right, but when the earnest money is requested, only put the earnest money down on one property, unless your client have the financial ability to purchase both properties or 3 properties or 4 properties or whatever it is. Let's say it's an investor with $1 million. He can buy 3 or 4 $100,000 investment properties all day. He can put in multiple offers on 3 or 4. He can put earnest money on 3 and 4. Why? Because he have the cash to pay for all of them. He have the financial ability to pay for all of them. But if you have the typical buyer who's buying a home and they have financing and they only have financing for one house, they are approved for $295. You only need to put earnest money down on one home for $295. That's it. Yes, I have multiple offers, but the earnest money is only for one property. Make sense? All right, wonderful. Great job, you guys.